Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with the September 2022 Chalislime Monthly. After 7 difficult rounds of Swiss contention, we have reached Top Cut. We have 16 top duelists, and I have one big beefy boy in the booth with me. How are you doing today, Kevin?
I'm doing good. How are you, Joseph?
I'm fine. I've been better. We have some pretty interesting decks here today. Have you ever heard of these ones? I'm talking Tearlament. How about Sprite? You ever heard of that, huh?
Yeah. I have heard of those decks. Strangely enough, I know what they do, and they are, as niche as they are, I think I'm going to be able to co-commentate this with you just fine. I'm very familiar with what these very, very rogue strategies are able to do.
I'm actually surprised to hear that. I thought you were a master duelist.
Well, I mean, right now I am. I don't want to show this, but it is what it is.
Anyway, we've also got some other decks represented in Top Cut. 8 of our top 16 are Tearlament and Sprite, 4 apiece. We've also got 2 apiece of Fluonderies, everyone's favorite deck. I mean, everyone just loves watching Fluonderies.
See, I know that deck from Master Duel. That's a very fun deck.
2 Labyrinth. Very excited to see that, actually. The trap deck that actually has the ability to stay. Both of the individuals piloting it have previous Top Cut appearances in the Chalislime Monthly, so high hopes for that deck. Exo Sister, 2 copies snuck into the top 16 as well. We saw it in Swiss a lot, and in a meta that was mostly full of tier at the top tables, that seemed to be a pretty sick pick. And then 1 apiece of Dino. It's just the CSM tax. I don't know what to tell you. Someone's going to show up with a deck from like 6 formats ago and storm into top 16. And the one, the only Mount Fuji piloting a Runic deck. Runic with a period. Just Runic. And I feel as if I'm not actually...
Pure?
Yeah, I don't think I can tell people what's in it, but he wants me to call the deck Stone Ocean because he should be in prison for playing it. And after looking at the list, I'm going to have to agree. So we are not going to watch that for round 1, thank goodness. We're going to watch the breakout deck of the format. I'm talking about Slifer Tearlament.
What?
Yeah! Oh, buddy.
What?
Oh, are you unprepared? Okay, so here's the idea.
Listen.
The new Slifer card from the Tin of Pharaoh's Gods.
Oh, the draw a 6 card?
It allows you to draw 6. So by binning a Slifer and the trap over the course of your combo, something easy to do in Tearlament, you can not only put your opponent into a 6-card hand that you will draw full of hand traps, you can also droll them. So we watched so many players, like Tearlament players, load in with a handful of dangers and just get Slifer drolled on their first turn and be like, oh shit, I lose.
Well, wait, this card has a grave effect? What's the grave? I thought it was an activated effect that like dumps a Slifer.
The grave effect tops a monster reborn, so you can immediately bring the Slifer back.
Ah, okay. That's not bad.
It's not.
That's not bad. Okay.
So right, it's going to be playing against Sprite. Big surprise. JPEG 210 is a returning Chalislime Monthly player, so not surprised to see them here as well. The top cuts for Chalislime Monthly, as the tournament has become kind of more competitive, have just gotten more and more decided when we start the tournament. And now we are just watching the best of the best duke it out, beginning with a Paralino, the Primal Parallel Ruined Realm. Rest in peace, this old translation.
That is not the name that it has in the TCG. I mean, this card's a little crazy, and like the dangers too. Realistically, like just being able to trigger all your tier elements is really fucking insane. But like the fact that Field Spell just pops 1 every turn is a little crazy, a little bit crazy.
There's these like weird niche corner cases too, like where you use the Paralino to pop your own Kid Kalos, and it's just like, okay, dog, I get it. The card does everything.
Yeah, it's like I'd like to mill infinite cards.
Ooh, speaking of cards that do everything,
very relevant though.
Yeah, it's so strange. Infinite Impermanence is one of the very few hand traps that I'd consider playing this format for this reason. Sometimes you just hit the Kit Kalos and it wins you the game, but it's not guaranteed by any means. And if you hit merely off of a Mothman, you know, it probably will not matter.
Yeah, the dangers are really crazy in this deck. Like, I feel like the dangers have always been crazy since the moment they released, but like the moment you have cards that are like Shaddoll like in nature, this archetype just becomes really freaking insane.
Yeah. No, the dangers, I think, were always waiting for a list that broke them. And for a while, people were like, oh, it's the Dark World FTKs. No, it's this. This is... I've never seen the dangers look this good. And speaking of looking good, here's milling 8 cards. That was Goki Pole, Fairy Tale Snow, Rhino Heart, 3 of a kind, baby. Ding, 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 ding. Don't get it twisted.
book, bro. No, realistically, it doesn't matter that you mill triple Reinhardt because you get to put everything back, so it doesn't really change anything. I feel like there's never such a thing as a bad mill in this deck, and I think that's like, it's the first time that you have a mill deck that realistically has nothing at all that you don't want to mill, you know?
Yeah. We play like it's a bit of a gamble, and it is to a degree, like, but it the only thing you're gambling on is how high the ceiling goes. You are going to hit everything you need over the course of your turn no matter what.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the floor for this deck is, I don't feel like it's very low. I feel like it's still fairly high, but then the ceiling. So there's a skill ceiling, and then there's also a bit of a luck ceiling. The skill ceiling goes fairly high if you're good at the deck and know exactly what you're doing and in what order you should be doing things. But when you get lucky and you hit exactly what you need, the skill ceiling just goes through the roof, and then the deck just takes off and becomes unbreakable.
Yeah, I'm hoping that set card is the fucking Slifer card. We
so
haven't
you
seen
have to
Slifer
hard
yet.
draw that card, right?
You don't. Just like normal Tearlament, you can use Curious and Griffin to set it yourself.
Oh, that's true.
Takes the place of like an EEV. And I think you do have to hard hit the Slifer, and we haven't. This is, however, a Dark Insect, a Dark Beast, and a Dark Aqua. Right?
Is the trap dead if you mill the Slifer?
Oh no, you have to mill the Slifer.
Oh wait, actually?
Yeah.
Do you not does the trap not, when you activate it, does not like dump the Slifer to draw, or do you have to just have Slifer engraved to draw?
Oh, I'm gonna have to actually look this card up. Apparently you just have to find one of them.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it summons it from
really
grave,
insane.
yeah. So we get to go Elf here. Oh wow, we actually have everything.
We don't have to go Curious, or do we have a way to go Curious?
I think we don't have to go Curious
hand...
yet.
Wait, have they normal summoned yet? I don't think they have. The card in hand is just another Mothman, right? They can just normal the Mothman.
Okay. We've seen this line from them a couple of times. No shot
what do you expect to make? I believe the card in hand is a Mothman, right?
Faye says did not draw the combo.
Bad,
Cringe.
Well, I mean, there's a snow in the grave. Realistically, that's all you really need, right?
Yeah, and this is the thing. It's like, it's not like you have to find it. If you don't, you are playing Tearlament, right? You've got the Gizmek, you've got the Snow, you've got access to Zeroboros, you've got a trap card. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's anything that interacts with your opponent, it's going to be crazy.
Nimble Beaver is a good start. Nimble Beaver is personally my favorite, like, 2 that gets another 2 engine. I don't like the Diva engine. I really like the Nimble Beaver engine, and I really think that the Nimble Angler makes the Nimble Beaver engine so much better. Even though it's like a one-off brick, like if you're able to pull that off, it's really freaking cool. Did Havness hit anything here or no?
Looks like we hit the Revived Sky God.
The
we found
Slifer
it. There
trap.
it is. No. It's kind of weird. In that, yes, Nimble Beaver is very good. But it's not going to be really, really good until we get Dabble, in which Sprite Sprint comes out, which can send Nimble Angler from deck. I mean, then it's going to be just upsettingly strong. Okay, there's 2 names.
There you go.
Pretty
Merle
good.
Sheeran. We are now going to Fusion Summon twice. Let's go. Damn. Merle being a level 2 is extremely relevant for the Sprite Elf, isn't it?
I just can't believe Sprite Elf could read 2 level 2 monsters or 2 level 2 rank 2 monsters, and it'd be just as good. But they had to make it 1+1 so you can play it in everything.
Well, the thing that shocks me about Sprite Elf is the lack of any form of restriction. This card just has nothing that says, yeah, you're locked into 2s or something like that, or hey, you have to summon a 2 or whatever. Like, I don't know.
So many times you
no restrictions to this.
You play this and people are like later in the turn they're like, aren't you 2 locked? And it's like, from what? And they go Elf, and you go, no. All right, we get to Perlino away one of these Nimble Beavers, and we get to Kaleido Heart the other away. I do, again, really like Beaver. It's so good in the grind game. The only thing you're missing from Diva is the Hauk setups, which I think were kind of best of all possible worlds, magical Christmas land stuff anyway. The only other one I think it competes with, personally is the Sacred Beast guy, but that's because he's my little Scrungly. I love him a lot.
Yeah, well, isn't the Sacred Beast stuff specifically meant to beat Winda because it's 2 normal summons that then get you to a guy the outset?
No, it's for formats in which you want to make or commit to a Jin Buster before anything else. So if you think people are on like Nibiru or Valor, it's really good. And that just doesn't happen very often anymore.
Yeah, well, we see the triple tactics coming down. This card is most likely going to be either drawing 2 if they don't have an extender at this point, or if they do have an extender,
they did take
the
it.
Stapelia. It looks like they probably have a starter in their hand, and the Stapelia is really a card that shuts down Sprite as a whole here. So they do have the starter. They can realistically hold the Drago Stapelia to be able to negate the IP. Oh, they can't because of Sprite Elf. That's very strong.
Right.
Very, very strong. So the IP is still going to be online for the rest of this turn. Here you can get a blue, get an ad, but it's a good thing that he was able to clear the Stapelia, because if he couldn't clear it, then he wouldn't be able to stick 2 level 2s on the board, because Stapelia's level 1 on the counter effect actually becomes the most relevant part of its effect.
So I think what we're doing here is I'm imagining we're telegraphing the set card, if we haven't flipped a virus by now, as like a Suliek, and we just haven't had like a really good activation time yet. So we can snow here. If we want, we can even banish the Merly in order to get the snow in a position where it can't be negated. But the snow is going to contest the Dragostapelia. I think what we're going to try and do is the blue is going to grab Jet, Jet's going to summon, and then you can contest the Gigantic with the Suliek. Otherwise, you'd always save the snow for that. Or we're trying to make something crazy with the IP Masquerena here and then retain the snow for a second book activation that is under the elf zones as well.
I mean,
going for the blue here,
there...
do we have any way to prevent this from happening? No! Activating the Dragostapelia! No! The zones! You thought they just banished the Merly for fun? No!
So here's the thing here. Realistically is... There was another play that the tier element player could have done, which is to summon the Fairy Tale Snow, get Dragostapelia, and then you chain IP and you just clear the snow, so that they you don't lose to the you don't lose outright to the Dragostapelia on the snow. But doing it that way just makes it even better, because then you still have the setup to you leave the Dragostapelia up, but you have the setup to make a 0 Boros under your like with your Sprite Elf, and then you can 0 Boros back and then banish the whole board. So it didn't really matter. There was enough interaction there that no amount of extenders were able to go through past that.
Chat says, wait a minute, is the tier player playing Sprite Elf? Welcome to the format, buddy. Everybody's playing Sprite Elf.
Yes, believe it or not, if anyone is able to play a level, rank, or link 2 monster in their deck, Sprite Elf is in there, guaranteed.
Ugh. Shouts out to the tier decks that are playing just Dark Jet Starter to take their opponent's blue and then make Elf. It's just, I just hate it.
Oh my god, that is really crazy. Holy.
That was all I was playing against at the YCS, was people who were like, I'll take your blue, search my Jet for starter, and I'm like, okay, what's the plan here? And they're like, I'm just making Elf to get Merly back. That's the whole line. I just assume that you're gonna either be on tier or Sprite.
Oh, so are they playing just like starter to summon the Jet, or would they not play Smashers instead?
It depends, I think.
Fair enough.
All right, well, I hope that we get to see the stupid fucking Slifer thing. We got to see it a couple times.
That would be very
in
cool,
Swiss.
because I didn't get to see it at all. So I'm very curious as to see. Like, I don't know. I feel like drawing 6 just probably looks fairly impressive. You know?
Yeah. No, even if it's not very good, adds 0 percentage points. It like the psychic damage that it inflicts is a lot. Here is Swap Frog. That's a good normal.
So realistically, is this Slifer thing gonna be good, or is it? Oh my god, we're playing cherries?
Show me the Gigantic. Elf. Okay, Elf is good enough.
I still think hitting Elf is fine. Like Sprite decks play 3 of that thing because that's how many they need. You know what I mean?
It's a little less sexy when you open the Swap Frog. Now any water, like Beaver or Diva or anything, gets you into a position where like...
Can you not activate Swap?
Oh, that's strange. Trying to play against Gamma here, potentially?
I suppose. That feels very strange to me, though.
Well, you don't necessarily need it, because if you go through Elf, you do still have everything. But, yeah, here getting massively punished, because since they didn't activate it, they have no way to get the Ronin into the graveyard, because the Elf can't reborn it. No, you have to commit to a Gigantic.
They do, yeah. You can commit to a gigantic here, and then gigantic
But it's
summon a swap, get
gigantic
a
for
Ronin,
swap,
and then
send Ronin, then make Toad with 2 swaps. Like, you can make
yeah, it's
some
just hard to
2s, but
make it.
without Elf, what else are you making? Like, Mask?
Yeah, and then your Toad isn't protected from targeting, so like your Toad is basically stuck to its own negation to protect itself, meaning that you can't use the negation until for cards that'll actually matter.
Yeah, Chad asking about cherries. Cherries has become increasingly common in recent weeks. It's so good in the sprite mirror. It's just unbelievable. Reveal gigantic, you win immediately. But even in matches like this, where you're like playing the fun of sprite elf, you can reveal it and just like really decrease the power of your opponent's end board. Here, I guess going for a swap, just really crappy.
Well, I just feel like with Ghost Reaper in any format where a card's power play is also a card that is played in most other decks, such as the Sprite Alpha. It's not wrong to play it because it's just a
Right.
free sided when you're playing in Sprite and you're like, okay, I really don't need this elf. I don't care if I was to lose my elf, but you absolutely need this card. So without it, I'm probably winning.
Yeah.
Especially when there's decks that just don't have a means of getting it back. Going into the IP
Ugh.
here, so are we even? It's gonna be IP Toad and like I guess just Carrot Red. It's not the worst.
No,
That's like
I mean,
three negations and an IP is not bad at all.
it sounds like 3 negations, but it's not actually, right?
Yeah.
Since the red and the carrot have to send a 2, it's more like 1.5. This is like without elf, your card economy is just so much worse. You have to retain the card in hand in order to make the IP go into Mask Arena. We have the Smasher set. That has to banish a card on your side of the field as well. So like the Smashers is a 2-for-1. Both of the sprites are 2-for-1s. The Toad is the only thing that goes neutral.
And there's the Smashers going
And
away.
goodbye to the Smashers. Now we only have to chew through 1.5 negates with a 4-card hand. Like, seems very doable.
Now, realistically, the question here is: do you value having your Carrot plus Red, which realistically you can only use one or the other, or do you value the Smashers, in which case you could realistically go Carrot, send the Red to negate, and then you still have the Smashers online banishing your Carrot.
I imagine you retain the carrot. The carrot is just so important, especially in sideboarded games. There's so much crap that you want to stop. Speaking of crap you want to stop, here is Sheeran. But like, this is it. You're activating Sheeran. You get a negate out from your opponent, and you continue to have the same number of cards in hand.
Oh, DD Crow.
But that's not even
That's
that
very
good.
relevant. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
You get to stop this, but that DD Crow trades for what would have otherwise been Nightmare Unicorn. So you are still making headway. You can go to battle. You can eat the mask for free if you want.
Well, realistically, the Toad is able to
Oh,
add back a
jeez.
card, which you can
That's
then use to,
rough.
like, use the Nightmare Unicorn. But you would have to use your Toad Negate ahead of time.
This is
Do you
like
think
a
it's wrong
really
to Toad Negate this? I
no.
don't even
This
think
is
it's
a
wrong to Toad Negate
tantalizing
this.
ass Toad negate. I mean, you have to, or else they're going to go to combat.
Oh, they're going for the red.
Okay, that's
There's the
Havness.
Havness.
Yeah, a
This
little
is also a
telegraphed.
nice Toad Negate. Yeah, that's a very nice Toad Negate, I find. Because then realistically here, you get to add back a swap, and then your IP can still go into a Unicorn. Sure, you don't have a whole lot of follow-up, but it looks like your opponent doesn't have a whole lot either.
So you can bait battle phase here if you are the tier player, and if the last card in your hand is anything, you do win. But if it's not, you probably do lose.
Yeah, you literally need to force the battle phase. Yeah, I don't think there's a world where the sprite player just lets them go to battle phase without using the IP.
Yeah.
I feel like that feels like what they did. It feels like they're forcing to try and go to the battle phase. You get a
Oh,
dark
going
coming
dark
out
here.
here. Probably thinking if they're able to summon something else that can beat over this, at least I can get myself, a sprite monster in order to have a 2 to summon next turn.
You don't really want to
I
feel
suppose.
threatened by the snake anyway.
Yeah.
All right, what's the last card? It's got to be probably a danger, and they have to hit the 50-50. Oh,
It's
well,
the normal summon side frame driver relevant.
that's Oh man. This is the thing, is that so many of these games are just these big slogs that feel like they come down to like if one card was different. It could have
I mean,
completely turned.
yeah, but the thing with Sprite is that Sprite doesn't really kill, It doesn't do anything that applies a whole lot of pressure. Like, sure, they can get to an access code talker here if they feel like they need to, because you can reborn a guy with Dark, normal summon the swap, and then like I guess you can reborn the Ronin as well, so that gets you an extra guy. But realistically, how far are you getting with this? I don't know if they're able to just stick game on board.
Yeah, it's way harder because Like, you have the ability to go swap into Ronin and make, 10 quadrillion, actually just one more, 2. But unfortunately, you don't have the ability to, like, recur the Toad, contest the board at all times, because you don't have Elf. The card economy is just going to shit. So now what do you make? You make, like, Sky Cav into Zeus and be like, I guess I'll contest the Orochi. We're taking the Havness here, but it just feels so bad. We're going to have to use it as material for, like, a Zeus. Or for a access code.
Is there? I'm trying to think if there's a line that kills. They will have another frog in the grave. They can make access code plus a link too. But the opponent's on 8,000, which I don't think there's a line here where that is able to kill.
If we can get to like a 2 and a gigantic, maybe. Oh, we're even going for gigantic. Lord.
So now we're going to be locked
here.
into 2s here. So locked into 2s.
Yeah.
You can get blue, which can get the jet, which gets you another starter, because typically people only play 1 smashers. I don't think 2 smashers is standard at this point.
No. It's a choice. I love 2 smashers. It's just like you lose so many games to mine. This one's hard too, because like your starter post 1 rotation of all the different colored sprites is just so much weaker. Like, you can get probably exactly the 2nd red. Oh my god, they're on Phoenix. We've seen this a couple times today.
That's pretty nice. That is very nice.
Oh, that's a nice one.
So this gigantic sprite able to clear the driver and the Gizmek. Are we gonna see a cat shark? I would love to see a cat shark here.
No, just Onibi Maru.
Ooh,
that's a really sick hit for the Gizmek. Like, it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. So is this lethal with starter? If we use starter to get, I think Jet is the highest attack one at 13. Oh, we have Pixies. Yeah, it's over.
Wow. I feel like this is game. Wow, they managed to find game completely out of nowhere.
That's
Wait,
impressive.
Why did they attack with the Phoenix?
Yeah, so we do Phoenix, Pixies, the Phoenix, and then the Phoenix gets to attack twice.
Oh, can Phoenix not target the gigantic?
No, it has to target a wind monster you control.
Oh, okay, dude. I see.
Okay. That was pretty impressively put together by JPEG 210.
That was very well piloted. Definitely seeing some lines that not everyone would have been able to see, that's for sure.
I mean, we certainly missed them. I'm shocked that Phoenix has, like, shown up. This is not even the first time we've seen it today, and every time I see it, I'm like, there's no way that's real.
Well, I mean, with Pixies, I'm very surprised that not more people were on Pixies. Pixies is picking up more, it's taking off more recently, because people are realizing just how good an honest-like effect can be, especially in a deck that struggles to put out a lot of damage on board. So now we're just hoping to see Slifer, right?
Yeah, I'm fiending for the boy, for Osiris.
Osiris, the Sky God, right? That's what
they
call him.
Let's see it. That's a good start. Decent start.
The real question is, are they going to high roll Gamba, book, bonus, or are they going to mill really bad cards? Let's find out.
Folks, remember to gamble responsibly.
Yeah. Get it twisted. Whoa! Shifter! This turn has just ended.
Wow. Yeah, so this is the tech that I really, really like, which is just playing Shifter and Sprite. Like, fuck it, the concept
this
is like
over. Gee.
One thing Sprite is really good at that a lot of decks aren't is it can play under Shifter. It's not ideal. Obviously you would like to not, but it has the capacity to. And for that reason, you might as well board it in versus Tier, which otherwise will just run over you sometimes. That is literally the end of the turn.
There goes the dead Droll, too. The Droll would have also been dead, which is why they discarded it, because it has to send from hand to grave.
Yeah.
Holy.
Wow.
Insane.
All right, and Ronin plus blue will do it. Ronin, kind of a PP normal summon, but good enough.
I mean, hey, it's a 2. When your monster has 2 stars, Sprite just goes, ooh, I can play.
Telling me this monster's got 2 stars.
So realistically here, again, Sprite struggling to put out a lot of damage on the board. Will they have enough extension in order to be able to do so? We're going to have to see. They didn't have to start with a starters, so this elf is able to get a starters, which again can get to pixies. So there is a line with the Digesto Phoenix that could be relevant enough to kill. We should have to see if they have another level 2.
Mm-hmm. The Digesto plus
Favorite
Pixies is enough, right?
I don't think that it is because...
So you can't activate Pixies under Shifter.
Oh, can you not?
Yeah, it has to be sent to the graveyard.
Ooh, I see. Good to know. Good to know.
So, Farron says, I have an idea. You should spin my Sheeran back to deck. So, like, this math is going to be a little crusty. They're going to have to get over the Sheeran with exactly Gigantic. So they have to make a 2 and then Gigantic. And the 2 being Elf doesn't help put bodies on board because we are still under Shifter. So it would have to be like, with no Diva, we don't even have like free bodies off of Hulk. It's a long line. I don't think they have lethal, but I think they can get to a position where it's very hard for them to lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you get to Shifter them, you basically hand loop 2 cards from your opponent, right? So this Sheeran is completely dead. The Joel is completely dead. Right. You basically activated Delinquent Duo. So realistically here, you can go and just set up a big Zeus, and then, you know, what are they going to do after that? I think there is a world where you make a Gigantic Sprite and you just make it like pretty massive, but if we're just going for Zeus here, I don't know if that'll be exactly enough.
It's just so crusty, right? Like, this deck is playing a bunch of turn-ending hand traps and then, like, a bunch of cards that punish you for ending your turn. You know, it's like, I'm not like other Sprite decks. I can OTK. But there's still some setups where it's like, sorry, the critical weakness of this deck is it just can't do it. Like, it just can't make it that far. We have to go Downward. We have to go Zeus. We have to... I blow up a board of 1 Sheeran because getting it into the Banish Zone is just worth so much.
Yeah, the fact that we have to Zeus here is a little crusty, specifically because they're still under Shifter, so the Sheeran won't trigger. If you don't do it now, they just get to trigger the Sheeran next turn, and then they're fine, you know? 1 back row, we assume that's most likely the starters that was added if they want to go for, you know, an extension play. The thing is, I'm not a big fan of setting back row under Zeus.
Come on.
Like, if they're not back row that you need, but oh my god, adding the Perlarino here is insane.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is the thing. You got to kill Tyr every turn. And it's strange. Newer versions of Tyr have, like, the same type of, like, Gores, Tragodia, Battle Fader trick that, like, old combo decks in, like, 2010, 2011 had in Gizmek. Like, sometimes you just, like, can't OTK them because they, in the battle phase, just fire it off. We're going to go Zeus CL3, Sprite CL2, so we get blue. We can use blue here to get Jet, but now all the cards are on the table, right? Like, we know everything.
Yeah, it's do you have a hand trap or not, and does the Tyr player have any means of milling some cardboard?
That's 1. That'll be 3.
All right, Dante effect. Can we hit anything? I saw 2 names. Holy,
not
that's
bad.
Massive.
Not terrible. Really not that bad at all.
Is
Crow
DD
the
Crow.
Sheeran. That's
Okay.
pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, we didn't Rhino. Oh.
Is that a pass?
It's a little bit of a hand swoosh. If we've got 1 extender, we're fine.
Yeah, but you specifically need that 1 extender. Without the extender, you're not getting anywhere. Also got a crusty. This Merly by itself isn't able to beat over anything. So
Yeah.
If this is it, then the Sprite player's board is just intact. Oh my god.
Oh no. That better be Sullyek.
Yeah. Sullyek or die, right?
Yeah.
This message being written in chat is very, very funny.
No. He just says no.
Giga Chad, no, I will not.
Folks, it's not happening.
So did I see them add another starter? Because if they did, they do have just the Digesto Phoenix with Sprite Pixies play, because they also have the Zeus. So that should be enough for game, unless there is a Sullyek back there.
Think of the stream content. MBT will trend on TikTok. Hey, I appreciate it. I don't think that is true. I think you're lying.
Should we ban this user? Who knows? Can we talk about how the tier deck is just really insane and they don't even have their craziest cards, which are the Ishizu cards?
The Ishizu cards, they don't have the new fusion. They're still this insane. Yeah, it's a lot rough.
Isn't the deck gonna be a little crazy once those cards come out? I don't know.
It'll be nice. It'll be a nice one for sure. Oh, looks like we may have bricked on the Slifer trap. Oh no, we knew it would happen eventually.
Well, it has to happen. When you play bricks in your deck, eventually you draw them.
Hey, come on. But it's really funny. You know, that should count for something.
The fact that it made top 16 of the tournament is extremely funny. I agree.
It is in fact comedy, but you know, now as Mr. Joker once said. Oh god, this
what did he
Phoenix
say?
is showing the fuck up. That's what Joker said. He said, wow, that Phoenix
I thought he
crazy.
said to get it twisted. Mill. Please start milling. Milling is an investment and an investment only. You will fusion. You will win. You will do all of that. You understand? You will become a world champion and rebuild your fucking life.
It's actually crazy. I mean, we made fun of like that copy pasta and everything, but we really shouldn't have got it twisted.
Yeah, well, they got it twisted, and they got it twisted real good with that Slifer trap. And unfortunately, they're going to meet their end here in the tournament because I feel as though the Sprite player has game on board and is able to just take it here.
This Pixies Daigusto Phoenix thing is extremely cute. I will definitely be stealing this.
I like this a lot. I feel like it is an engine that is able to steal games in a deck that doesn't typically steal any games.
Like, that's the thing about Sprite. After you swap the board state, you still have to win for one complete turn. And it's not that hard because the deck's crazy, but this really takes a lot of the guesswork out of it.
Yeah, so that's the big thing with Sprite, right? Is that a lot of times when you use your Gigantic Sprite, a lot of your power plays to kill get turned off. The fact that you still have this line, which is a power play that just is able to kill, is really, really powerful for that exact reason.
Wow. And that's going to be it. Are we attacking for lethal with Onibi Maru, please? Please, Onibi Maru?
Can I BM? Asking for permission.
No, finish the game. If you BM, we'll disqualify you. We'll advance
You're banned, bro.
The Slifer player. All right, okay. Okay, they're BMing just a little. BMing just a little. Oh, it really didn't matter. They had everything. That's crazy. And congratulations to JPEG210 for advancing. Gotta say, good to see good players making it out, regardless of the fact that it's coming at the cost of the most base deck remaining in the tournament in Slifer. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Joseph Rothschild, a.k.a. MBT, back with the top 8 of your September 2022 Chalislime Monthly. I'm once again joined by the one, the only Near Programmer. How are you doing here today?
Dude, I'm doing good. I was impressed by the level of gameplay in top 16, and I'm very curious to see what we're watching in top 8.
Yeah, I will let you know that there are a lot of really great gamers in top 8, including Mount Fuji on a heinous stun list. Fluonderies Gaming, you know, those people are usually good at Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Surely, they know how to normal summon again and again and again and again and again.
Outside of those two individuals, everyone is on tier and Sprite, with one exception, and that is the duelist we are seeing today. A Rise Heart, named for the upcoming tier limit monster, is actually playing Exo Sister. They are the only Exo that made it through, 2 into top 16, 1 into top 8, and they beat Fluonderies on their way there, which means that, you know, they're the greatest Exo Sister player of all time, I suppose.
Based is all I have to say to that.
Yeah, I will let them know to go for it, and we will jump in right now.
Yeah, so Exo Sister is a very unique deck. I know Ryan Yu swears by this deck. He literally says that this is the deck to play this format.
Unironically, he might be on to something. We've seen some Exo Sister players accomplish some really incredible things, like this, where you set 2 back row and then pass.
Oh, looks like 3. Are we seeing
Can we
4?
get one more?
Wow,
Oh!
this is looking like some Eldritch gameplay. You love to see it.
All right, unironically, if that card in hand is DD Crow, they do win the game here.
Same with D-Shifter, right? Aren't they able to just main that thing?
Yeah, they can main D-Shifter, which of course is fine as a way to gum up your opponent's plays, but DD Crow has utility not only as a mechanism to turn off your opponent's extension, but also to just, like, do full combo yourself, as long as you have a Martha on field. So there's Vadis, unsurprisingly. Exosister Vadis, one of the new cards given to the deck. I think it might be an old one.
This isn't. I don't think this is new. This is from the first wave, I believe.
I'm thinking of the other trap, which they also play. You get to pay 800 here and then choose an Exosister, then take another monster from your deck mentioned on that monster, special summon them both, but return them into the deck during the end phase. Now, thankfully, this can get you a huge array of very powerful Exosister cards, most notably Ellis, which is the free special summon from hand, and Martha, the card that makes the deck tick. This card, unlike the rest of the Exosisters, allows you to special summon an Xyz monster, even if you trigger the effect of a removed card. But they're not going to be able to summon anything under Dark Ruler No More. That's a hell of a rip.
That is very strong. I feel like without the... I feel like here they specifically need what is a spell card that lets you Xyz summon using the monsters you currently control. That they have. I believe they have a quick Xyz. I don't know if they
have a quick Xyz, but unfortunately they play the 1 because it's so searchable.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Ash on the starter is kind of nice. We got to see if they have another extender. Otherwise, they should go into Gigantic Sprite, into Blue, into Jet, and then they get their engine rolling. But I think if they do that, they don't get access to... Oh, no. If none of those back row are live right now or are able to contend with exactly Zeus, then this entire board is just gone.
Okay, well, there's one that does. This is the new one.
There's the Returnia. Yeah, it's in the TCG, it's called Returnia. This card is really good. Really, really good. So this lets you quick Xyz, and you can also target a card your opponent controls or in their graveyard and just banish it. So here they get to banish for free, and then they get to make the Michaelis, which will then be able to, if I remember right, banish a card. If Coda here was to summon another sprite here, the Michaelis would just be able to quick effect banish it.
Yes. So Michaelis, the weird part about the Exosisters is they get quick effects the turn they're summoned. But none of them can test that shit. Oh, no, wait. They totally do.
No,
this targets a card your opponent
this
controls.
Can banish. Yes, this is very
I thought
nice,
it was monsters. Wow.
Mystic Mine jump scare. Jesus.
Yeah, this is the first Mystic Mine I think we've seen in, like, all of Top Cut. Certainly in many of Swiss rounds. Second Mystic Mine right now. Fire it.
Yeah. They surely drew the second.
All right. Quick game
and
one.
And the scoop. Damn, okay. But yeah, so that's the thing with Exosister, right? Is that card Returnia so good, man. Being able to, and like I believe the Michaelis can also banish from the, can it banish from the graveyard? Yeah, it can also banish from grave. So the fact that Michaelis and Returnia effectively act as two copies of a banish card, you get to banish something from field or grave twice. So having just Returnia plus the what's it called, the Vadis that summons two from the deck, regardless of being able to get off the effects that they have on the field once they, if your opponent moves something out of the graveyard, you don't even need that. With just Vadis and Returnia, you get to banish something, make Michaelis banish something else, and two banishes is typically very, very strong against a lot of decks.
Yeah. Not only that, you just have all these just unbelievably windmill slammingly good matchups in the format. I mean, we saw Exosister go all the way at the most recent YCS because it was able to run into tier repeatedly. And while it has a little bit of a harder time against Sprite, Coda's specific build of Sprite is playing the Runic cards, which, you may realize, move cards from the graveyard back into the deck, therefore triggering a couple of Exosister effects.
The thing that I've noticed with Exosister is that, yes, their gimmick is if your opponent so much as touches the grave, you get to go plus. I'll be honest, that isn't even the most relevant thing. It doesn't happen very often, and even when it does happen, it doesn't even feel like it's that insane. But if your opponent triggers them multiple times, then it gets to be pretty strong. But the cards by themselves, because you have the Martha, which is just able to get you to any Exosister Xyz you need, more often than not, it's going to be Michaelis because it's the strongest one. The cards are just on their own pretty good. So the fact that you have that extra little boost if your opponent does play with their graveyard, then at that point it just becomes a little too much for some decks to deal with.
I will say I think that I do disagree about the importance of it. When I see the extra effect go off of the Exosisters, I'm just like, oh, I lose. There's just nothing I can do. They're just unbelievably strong. We do get to go gigantic here, and pretty decent setup. Blue into Swap Frog into Ronin Toad, and we get to end on Toad plus Elf plus Fountain up, which means that we have access to all of our quick play spells as well. It's not bad.
Plus L plus ratio, yes.
Right.
So, yeah. Toad is going to be very strong here, but again, with the Exo Sisters, the Toad using the effect to to add back, or the Elf using the effect to reborn, means that the Exo Sisters will be able to trigger. So even in a matchup like Sprite, where obviously it's not like Tier, where every single card moves stuff out of the graveyard, there's still a lot of cards being moved out of the graveyard here. And
speaking of,
wow, that's very strong. That means
no chain
have to deal with
packs.
the Toad.
Okay, good.
So this means we don't even have to deal with a Toad, and then if they use Elf at any point, the moment after we summon a singular Exo Sister, we're going to be completely fine.
All right, we're trying to, I think, just cycle here. Oh my god! What a hit!
Off the top.
Nice.
Feels bad, man. So here we're putting one back, drawing a card, and they added, I believe it was the Mystical Space Typhoon card.
Yeah. Oh, this is rough, but 2 might be enough. It's just like when you get into a position like this as Sprite, it's like, well, the Runic version needs the EMC to continue, so we are ending on 0 negates, and this is
entering the battle phase.
As bad as it gets.
If there's an evenly matched in that hand, that is massive. Yeah. That is very huge.
Ugh, and it's so punishing too.
Is.
You set the quick plays because if you lose the fountain, you want to still be able to activate them. But had you retained the quick plays in hand, this evenly would have done absolutely nothing. Oh man.
So realistically, you have to keep the elf here unless you have a what?
Yeah.
Oh, then they maybe did keep the spells in hand. It's entirely possible that they did.
And it's like the 2 cards were like floodgates that hadn't come up.
Floodgates or something along the lines of like, I don't know, like starters, smashers, maybe.
Yeesh. All right.
Stella comes
wow.
down, summoning Sophia.
Stella into Sophia. You don't see that one often. Okay, we do have something.
Okay, so Flashing Fire is going to be destroying the Sophia here, banishing, I believe, 2 off the top.
Yep, and that's great because Sophia represents an additional card, and we've wasted our normal, so only Ellis or Martha gets us out of this. Or I guess Pax.
Pax does get to either one of those cards. I mean, at the end of the day, what really are you afraid of? Because you're not really afraid of anything, because they can't use the fountain. They can use that to pop. They're going to summon from the extra deck. But if they use the fountain here, then you just get to slap a monster on top of the Stella, no?
Yeah, right.
I guess it might be worth the draw too.
Yeah, they're gonna go for it. Stella here triggers. They're gonna go for Magnifica, right?
I think the bigger thing here is that if they go for something like the Michaelis can only banish on the turn it's summoned. So if you summon the Michaelis here,
we have to
they
get
can
fountain.
banish now, but they can't banish later. So you do kind of have to snipe the fountain here.
Honestly,
being in the end phase is also really unfortunate because then you can't use the effect of Michaelis to search.
Yeah, it's not the worst. It's bad, of course, but it's not the worst. We have no way to get to Magnifica. We have no additional extenders. Like, this card is just out of, actual pieces of interaction. We get to Brilliant Flame here. We don't get to draw off of that, but that's fine. Yeah, all we need is any Sprite, and we can do the entire line again. Hit 2 Paxes off those banishes. Just so easy, baby. And unfortunately, I don't think we have access to Toad here.
No, I think the Toad engine is completely offline because that's a swap and a Ronin banished, and so that means there's only 2 swaps left in the deck, and one of them is in the graveyard.
If we had one extender, we could like summon swap here and then go into Elf and then Elf back to swap, but that's just so much. And honestly, red does everything you want anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. Red is a very strong card in this matchup just because this deck is very monster effect heavy if they want to start clearing your stuff, with the exception of if they draw something like evenly matched. Having Elf Gigantic and red is just a really good way to end your board here. You should go for a little bit of poke damage. You don't have to go too much. Prosperity before the battle phase is a little strange.
Yeah, I think just...
Call buy's nice. Call buy's very nice. Was
that's
that a tip?
nice one.
That wasn't tip.
I think they took Destruction here, though.
Yeah.
The reason they're doing Prospe before the battle phase is they're not getting it.
They have tip 2. Holy.
Wow,
Oh, it's
okay.
true. They don't have a battle phase here. You are absolutely right.
Yeah. Do we have another of the field spell? Sometimes these decks only play one. Looks like we
I suppose
don't.
not.
Okay,
Free
so now
Thinkers is
these
still
are
really
just
nice though.
yeah, these are just
They have
individual
Imperm
removal
and
spells.
MST, like-
Yeah, in a simplified game state, it feels pretty good.
Luckily enough, they hit the shifter off the top, which was dead anyway. So I guess if you're a Rise Heart, you're really happy to see that.
Oh no, Coda did not go to battle phase.
Oh, does he not know Pepe Laugh?
Does he know? Oh,
Oh no, the balls!
You are fucking
balls!
with me.
Do you think he plays the Raw? Surely he plays the Raw.
Oh my god, we really out here cock dick ballin'. Wow.
Oh my god. The ball has come down. You don't even have to deal with this thing. You just pass.
Yeah, it says you have to
Yeah.
deal with it.
You know what those two sets are. Those sets are a mystical Space Typhoon and an Imperm, essentially, for the runic versions of them.
I think we
I don't even
still
think
get
there's
to do everything here, though, right? We just go for the EMZ effect. We summon the 2, and then we link off into Elf, bring back blue, and then we do the whole line.
I suppose
Whoa!
so, but what if...
What do you mean,
There goes the
Hugin
Mystic
effect?
Mine.
We had the second
getting
one
rid
of
of the
these the
Mystic
whole
Mine.
time? Oh my god,
and
okay,
the
that's
Imperm
going to be
coming
the
down.
Imperm.
Okay.
So there is another field spell in that deck.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, Elf comes down, bringing back probably blue. Blue adds something else.
I'm
Do you
actually
play 3 gigantic in this deck or 2?
I
Typically they
play
2, right?
I play 2, but the runic version is a little more threat light, and we're 1 Prosby deep. Like, if you're playing 3, you would probably banish one of them. We're probably going to see, like, an Onibi Maru or something just ridiculously bad.
Something along those lines. You got the starter coming out. Has the Smashers already been used? I don't think we've seen it yet this game.
We saw the Search and then the Evenly, so I would imagine the Smashers was banished face down.
Most likely, yeah.
All right, we did get to go to the battle phase here. Okay, we have now activated
we went the battle phase here. And luckily enough, those effects do not stack, so that is a good thing.
Alice is a great one. We also didn't set the starter. I wonder why. Because it doesn't matter. We can go get red from the grave anyway.
Yeah. So that means they can trigger Ellis, but then you just red negate this, so the Ellis has... Oh, you can just use a Freezing Curse too. So we are skipping another battle.
The third packs. We're just so good at Yu-Gi-Oh! How did we get this good? It's unbelievable.
I mean, it doesn't really matter all that much. Like,
really.
I get that it is your Rhoda for the archetype, but like at the end of the day, if you're not getting the right cards anyway, I don't think Pax is going to get you there either.
All right, this is a weird position to be in that if that set card is the summon 2, we might actually lose.
I mean, realistically, does it even matter if it is?
Never mind. We drew MST off the top.
That is a Returnia, so they will be able to banish a card from the field or graveyard. So here they're going to banish the Alpha. However, they won't be able to Xyz summon because they need to have 2 monsters in order to be able to do so.
Oh, just a
so
ton
here,
of monsters
realistically, as long as this Exosister monster sticks to the board and you draw another 4, you're in there, baby. You're absolutely in there.
Yeah. Any sister kind of does it, and we're cut off the battle phase as well. I almost... Oh, no. Do they know? Do they not know?
Sky Cavalry without a battle phase is not going to do a whole lot, and they're passing on Sky Cavalry with red. Starter being used in the end phase here. What are we trying to get access to?
Carrot? Oh, man, we're just bluing here.
I think Carrot's already been used. Blue with no search.
We're out of targets.
Do we see a level 4 off the top? Because level 4 off the top, and that most likely gets us there. That most likely gets us there.
Oh, no. It's so frustrating. If we had an Onibi Maru still in the extra, it could have just cleaned this up so nicely. I guess even then, if we find a Martha here, we're still boned. Ash Imperm. There, yeah.
There's the
There
Martha.
she is.
Oh, my God. And it's the only name they hit, too.
Wow. But that's the only name you need, baby. Martha is just the whole fucking deck.
So if I remember right, Martha does activate in the hand, meaning that if you activate it in hand, they can still red tribute the Sky Cavalry to destroy it. So you probably have to just normal summon it and go for something like a Michaelis.
Yeah, you just like hard overlay for Michaelis. You walk over the red.
Probably
You banish
swing
the
over the
Centuria.
red. Yeah, and then after that, you also get to get a search. So I believe Michaelis is able to search any card, if I remember right. And if it's able to get any card, you can get that one spell card that lets you Xyz, because if I remember right, that spell card doesn't say to perform an Xyz summon. It just says slap an Xyz on top of an Exosister you have on board already.
It might be banished. We'll have to check. I know we're missing all our Paxes.
I'm pretty sure I didn't see that card get banished just yet.
Okay, we will go ahead and take the Centuria here. I mean,
Yeah.
regardless of where you end up as the Exosister player in terms of like having guys on field, it's just going to be hard for Coda to claw back into this because we're out of sprites. You know, we are not cycling our runic cards. There's no singular card I can think of that really puts them in an advantageous position.
So we're getting the card that is able to banish anything from field or grave. Any monster, I believe. I'm not sure if it banishes a monster or any card. But realistically, if another 2 hits the board here, it's out of here.
It would have to be exactly like Diva. And even then, the extra deck would have to line up correctly.
Yeah. With 4 cards and extra, you're not really going to get very far.
I cannot believe
Kyle's going to attach to search another one.
That Exo got out of this game. I'm truly shocked.
I'm very surprised. I'll be honest. I feel like without that, specifically that evenly match, there was probably no chance. But with the evenly, like, you know, evening things up, funny. It really did put Exosister in a position where they were able to claw their way out of this one. They did add the one that summons 2 from deck, right?
Yes, we have Returnia and we have Vadis.
That's a little broken. A little crazy.
I don't know if we have targets for Vadis, but it doesn't matter.
I'm sure that they do. I'm fairly certain they probably do.
Ugh. That had better be Metaverse for Mystic Mine.
And there's the Vadis. We apparently do have targets. Keep in mind, the Vadis, I believe, is it able to summon just 1? No, it has to summon 2. So they do have the targets to summon 2.
They have to be promised too, right? Yeah.
And then they go Returnia. They could probably banish the back row, summon something. Well, and that probably seals the game, because not only that, they'll not only be able to summon another Xyz that can most likely get a good effect off, they're also going to be able, there's the Michaelis, they'll be able to search another one next turn, but they'll also be able to make the big, like, I think it's like a rank 7, Magnifica is what it's called. I forgot the name yet.
The double attacking 28, I think, is just lethal on board. Oh, cool. Marth off the top.
Marth off the top.
Yeah, that's it. That's all that's going on. Oh, God, Martha's so crazy.
And that is game. Martha's such a good card. Actually insane.
There she is. This card is so nutty. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a rank 8. I thought it was a rank 7 for some reason.
Because it's 4+4.
That makes sense.
Oh, man.
Funny enough, I just today found out that Dante the Pilgrim, the fusion for Burning Abyss, is level 9 because it's multiples of level 3.
It's 3 3s, right?
I believe it's 3 3s, which is why it's level 9.
It is funny that Big Dante is actually just 3 BAs in a trench coat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, congratulations to Exosister. We'll be moving on to top 4. Hey, everybody, it's your boy Joseph Rothschild, a.k.a. MBT, back with the top 4 of the September 2022 Chalislime Monthly. You hanging in there, Distant Coder?
Welcome back, everyone. It is I, Distant Coder. How y'all doing?
Man, that was a rough one. You all didn't see this, but off stream, we just watched maybe the longest Fluanderies game I've ever seen in my entire life. I hope we don't have to repeat it. And to make sure that we don't, we ain't watching that shit. Our top 4 is Fluanderies versus Sprite, but we're going to be watching Exosister for like the 3rd game in a row versus Mount Fuji on this runic deck. I, for one, am really excited to see what it looks like. All right, and we're going to see what it looks like automatically because they won the die roll.
That was wrong.
All right, can't wait.
Oh, the tipper responded to with the Dimension Shifter. I guess get owned, Liberal.
This is honestly gonna be such an interesting matchup because, like, oh, there's the Martha.
Oh,
off the
nice
top.
banish. Decent
They
banish.
do lose realistically their best card. Okay, they're gonna be summoning one from the deck, from the extra deck. I assume they're getting the field spell here.
Yeah. And it's kind of crusty because, like, oh, they're not. Do you have to
They're not
discard
even
your
gonna
grave?
get it. I don't think you need to, but
Oh,
like the
no.
field spell achieves nothing. Oh, there's a Majesty's Fiend, and they already had the field spell. Holy!
Yeah, so here we go. This is Mount Fuji's deck. It is not doing sprite stuff. We are not summoning Gigantic. We are just cycling through all the runic spells and tribute summoning Majesty's Fiend.
It seems like they had everything they needed realistically. Holy!
This is a truly heinous deck. I'm really glad Mount Fuji came with this. All right, so Irene's a cool
Yeah, this
card
is-
that
this
we
is
can't
super fun.
activate.
I think this is a very cool deck.
Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, I feel bad for Mount Fuji. This is probably like the worst possible matchup for this deck because you're playing like trap cards that remove monsters from the field. Maybe Labyrinth is worse. All right, going to battle phase to clear the battle phase lock here. Going to end phase. No real reason to shotgun any trap cards that might out the Majesty's Fiend just yet. We can wait for the draw phase. Okay, that's a pretty good one right there.
Yeah, that's not too bad. It basically means that they get to play, which is, you know, what you want to be doing in a situation like this, especially when your opponent drops the Majesty's Ruler, Majesty's Fiend.
There it is. So
That is kind of nice.
I was wondering why not just Dark Ruler there, and it's because no, we want to wait for the Vadis to resolve. We're going to be able to get a couple of Exo Sisters and activate their effects, clear the entire field, and then put up a board that even a Tribute Summoned Majesty's Fiend can't out.
This is really funny because without that main decked Dark Ruler, there was absolutely no way they were playing through this, I don't think. Ooh, that's
okay.
very strong.
That's a good card. That's a good card for sure. And we do have to out this card this turn, or else we're going to have a big old problem. Uh-oh. That's not going to do it. So there are some potentially, like, decent trap cards. Doesn't the Exo Sister... the other Exo
They have
Sister
Returnia. Returnia can just banish it. Yeah, Returnia is a very good card in this matchup.
A second Vadis is good, even
That
if
was wrong.
even if you can't activate the effect of Machias, you know, the ability to just walk over the Majesty's Fiend is good. But every turn that you give Fuji, he gets closer to, you know, the runic cards that can contest your board state.
Yeah, provided that there's no runic cards back there that are able to deal with it.
Armament good here.
Okay, this is the one that just slaps an Xyz on top. So this can get a Michaelis right on top here. Won't be able to use its effect, but the Michaelis is big enough to beat over this Majesty's Fiend.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why this wasn't chained
Vanny's
on
ruler.
our turn after the Solemn Judgment, it's because Armament can only be used on your opponent's turn unless they control a monster specialed from the grave. It's a very weird, strange stipulation on this card.
Yeah, Exo Sisters kind of don't like monsters that come from the graveyard. They're literally anti-zombie. So the question here, right, is realistically, does Fuji have one of the runic cards that's able to deal with the Michaelis? Because obviously the Michaelis won't be able to activate to banish, but it's able to walk over this it's Vanity's Ruler, Majesty's Fiend. I keep forgetting. It's Majesty's Fiend, right?
Yeah, and it's got to be the one that that destroys, because the effect negation just does not matter even remotely.
Yeah. That's the one that protects from being destroyed by battle. He gets to protect it for one turn and banishes, I believe, 4 off the top. Banishes 3 off the top. Anything relevant in there? I see the second Martha.
The second Martha, and we also got the Returnia.
The Returnia. Damn, that's a little insane. Very, very crazy.
All right, still Majesty's Fiend locked in that case.
That was wrong.
Oh.
Well,
Says,
there you go.
okay, I
Never
got
mind.
another
We are not Majesty's Fiend locked.
we are going to negate the effects of the Machias here. And then we will fire off the spring. I guess theoretically we can go Zeus here. Depends on if we have room for it. We do. 'Cause 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 we do. ' Firing in the end phase here. I wonder why.
I don't know. Maybe they're because they wouldn't be able to use it afterwards, right? Hmm.
No, I mean firing in the end phase as opposed to like just in main phase. They went end phase, then fire Zeus.
Oh, I don't really know if they're trying to play around something, but I guess it just felt better. I don't know.
Yeah. Ah. Wow, this deck is playing all the fun cards. Woo! Catch your breath, man. The thing is that these games, this top 4 is just maybe a little too interesting. And Rivalry of Warlords. Okay.
I love Mystic Mind!
You know, reading any good books lately or what?
Sorry, I needed to let that out. Like I really felt it deep within my core.
Yeah, no.
I'll be honest, I don't even know if Exo Sisters have an out to this. Because realistically, the only out that I see is Returnia, but they can't summon an Exo Sister because of rivalry.
Fuji just posted, you posted your deck and I saw you didn't have an out to this setup, to be honest. You know what? Playing against Fuji is a treat. You know, sometimes you get sentences like this. You only have Returnia, yeah, and you can't get to an Exo Sister. All right, are we going to play Drago for 23 turns? Your choice.
This is going well. This is going very well. I heckin' love Mystic Mind Bat Chest. Like, seriously.
Are we on, maybe like
We
Gamma?
have the scoopity poop.
We could tribute
Konami?
Set Driver.
Konami, I thank you. I sincerely thank you for keeping the Exo Sister Tier 1 meta deck in check. Thank you for keeping the meta in check with Mystic Mind. I appreciate that.
we're memeing here, but like honestly, with all due respect, how are you not prepared for mine at this point, right?
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous to not have a well thought out plan when entering the Chalislime monthly.
Yeah. That's very true. Very, very fair.
Like if Mystic Mind was not legal, you know, you would be seeing Exo Sister everywhere. And as a proud homophobe, I think that we can all agree that that's necessary.
Monka W.
Huh?
You should enable huh. It's such a good emote.
No, I have a huh of my own. I want people to give me money.
Ah, yes, chat. Give Joseph your money. Everyone right now. You have to redistribute the wealth from your pockets into Joseph's. That's how that works.
I got a lot of flack for my dog shit take on the Twitch stream split. If you think that streamers deserve
Your
more
take
money,
was
prove me.
Very dog shit. I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. It was a very bad take. But
Really,
hey,
100% disagree, and that's because it's my take. I can't imagine being wrong. Literally could not be me.
Fair. That's actually fair. I can understand that.
Oh my goodness. Is this finals? Thank God no, but sadly one of these two will be in finals, and right now it's looking like Runic. Wow, a Risehart said, no, you go first. I need as many outs to this terrible setup as possible, and it's not like I can Dark Ruler you on my first turn.
There's a storm. That's an out, and it's gone. And the pass. Oh, I thought I saw a pass. Never mind. You went to... Oh, did he use that in the draw phase? That's what happened. Okay,
Yeah.
playing around Joel.
Listen, Risehart, you can't let the banishes get under your skin. Like, you just conceptualize it differently. If they banish a card off the top of your deck, pretend it was the bottom card of your deck. It would be exactly the same. It's a card you're not going to see.
I mean, look at it this way, Joseph. Like you said, how are you not prepared for Mystic Mind? They are prepared for Mystic Mind. However, their preparation for Mystic Mind has just been runicked out of the game.
Well, one of them has. You know, they might have another. All right, this was a cool one. Oh, is he playing the fucking continuous spell? There's no shot. Okay, thank God. I was like, I don't think so. Tribute it.
So is the wings just like a guy that you want to make?
Yeah. Oh, he gains life
Fair.
points too.
Oh, yeah, that's relevant in time.
All right, let's see it, buddy. Battle. All right, Prospies. That's pretty goddamn good.
That is a card that searches for outs.
Yeah.
The thing that's really cool about this guy is that it protects any runic or set card. So if there's a lightning storm that's being dropped here, he just sends them on and doesn't have to care.
I don't think that's true. Ha!
Curse Seal?
Wow, we really out
On
here curse
Prosp.
sealing. Wow, that's
Why
pretty
would we
good.
hit Prosp with that? I'm curious because we're afraid of
We
evenly
don't want to
matched?
see them find stuff. No, Unit actually only, I think, protects if you target a runic card or a set card. So, like, Lightning
Which one
Storm still
activates
would win.
Activates a card or effect that target. Oh, it targets. It's not like the it's the other girl that protects.
Rysart says, I'll pass. What are you going to do? Kill me? Person
Yeah,
about to
surely.
be killed.
Surely.
Oh my god. This is just such a funny deck. It's like, yeah, I'm only playing the 3 Majesty's Fiend, but I'm drawing 15 cards a turn, so we'll find it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This is actually fucking heinous. I'll be honest.
Legitimately evil. Truly, truly
Like
disgusting.
this is gross. This is
I'm
disgusting.
picking
I
this
hate
shit up.
this.
I think this is playable even without Mystic Mine. I'm picking this up for
It is.
personal
It
play.
definitely is playable without mine. It absolutely is. But what do you mean by personal play? You're gonna play this against your friends,
I'm gonna-
Joseph?
I'm
Is
gonna
that
go
the
to-
kind of person you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to locals, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, it's MBT," and I'll be like, "Hey, do you want to have a quick pickup game?" And they'll be like, "Yeah," and I'll be like, "You fucking dumb idiot, watch this."
I mean, I know you've been doing that with Fluanderies, so I wouldn't put that past you.
I have not. I really haven't.
Okay, so realistically here, what are the outs? Like
I will
Lightning
say-
Storm is really nice, but 12,000 damage is a lot to put up, especially for Exosister.
I think Arisard is playing it correctly insofar as like they're like, I can give them turns. Like it doesn't change the math really. We're just trying to find our way to another like power spell that is a must negate, but the problem is like all the cards in Fuji's deck all do the same thing for the most part.
Yeah, that's the big thing with the runic cards, that they gave every runic card the effect that says, hey, I do a cool thing, plus I also am able to protect my board from stuff for some odd reason.
We are discarding to hand size out here. Wait, this is actually kind of neat. So it looks like what Arisehard is doing is saying, I am going to make you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you are down 1 card.
You don't assume that's what it is, right? Because wait, does Fuji's deck have a means of attacking?
I mean,
Probably not,
theoretically,
right?
you can attack with the Majesty's Fiend, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, all it takes is a removal spell. Realistically, if you are a Riseheart, you have 3 copies of, or you have some number of Returnia, which contests the Majesty's Fiend. You just have to out 3 Majesty's Fiend, and you win. And the more stuff you do on the board, the more chances
There's the
you are giving
Majesty's
them
Fiend.
to banish cards off the top of your deck.
Can we just talk about something? Mount Fuji right now could activate Solemn Judgment and return to his starting life point count.
Yeah. Oh man. They must have something to prevent deck out if they're doing this, because otherwise it just seems like they'll lose to Fuji
I mean, they
activating
do
the
have a
draw
way to
card
prevent
one.
deck out. They do have a way to prevent deck out, which is Fuji going Runic Fountain, put cards back in my deck.
No, I mean not Fuji. Oh, okay.
There's the evenly matched, very relevant. Probably keep the fountain here. I would
mean,
assume.
I mean a Riseheart, right? There's the
Judgment back
8,000
to
damage
8K.
judgment.
Hey, that was a literal free judgment. All you got to do is wait 8 turns under wings.
Do we have a second?
Damn, that is crazy. Indeed, it is.
All right, now we're going to protect
Banishing
our
3 off the
monster.
top. Yeah.
Onus now on a Riseheart. Going for Raining Storm.
This is one I'm not familiar with. Banish cards to top your opponent's deck with the number of the cards they control. Oh, so
They're going for the
we're using this
EMZ.
to summon
Yeah.
the hug in. Fair.
More like kissing.
And we are drawing 2 cards. Dude, this deck is atrocious.
Yeah.
From the day they announced these runic cards, I was like, there ain't no goddamn way this is like a deck people find fun.
Wow.
Curse Seal for Dark
Oh
Ruler.
my
Holy
God.
shit, man.
Dude, I'm crying.
Dude,
We're out of ideas.
Fuji's
right?
gonna win your tournament with this. Do you realize that?
I'm completely fine with that. If Fuji discovering new broken deck is the outcome of a CSM, I couldn't ask for anything else. This is truly evil. He was going to bring this to the last CSM, but audibled off it at the last minute because thought he was going to play it at
Niagara,
yeah, and just went
Fair.
onto danger tier at the last second because like that deck's crazy, of course.
This is gross. This is actually fucking gross. I'm very curious to see if this deck is going to randomly be up against Flu on the Rees, because I feel like this deck shits on Flu any day of the week, right?
Oh yeah, right. Like how could
'Cause,
Flu
like-
possibly beat Majesty's Fiend? I guess you have to hard draw.
I don't even think it's a question of Majesty's Fiend. I think it's more a question of Flu stops you from special summoning and activating the effects of monsters in attack. It genuinely feels to me like this deck does neither one of those things.
Well, I guess it special summons once. Ugh,
There can be only one. Fucking base as shit.
Wow. I'm just seeing their hand.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we need more floodgates in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think there's enough floodgates in the game right now.
Yeah, there needs to be something that stops exactly what Mount Fuji's doing. Like
Yeah.
there should be a floodgate
floodgate.
called "Play the Goddamn Game," and it's like if your opponent passes without taking an action, they lose.
If a player passes turn without activating a card / effect / normal or special summoning a monster, lose the game.
Chat says there is. It's a Numeron card.
It's called Final Countdown. True.
Please don't say it out loud, but look at the side deck. All right.
Whose side deck are we talking about here?
Mount Fuji's. Okay, I'm gonna put it on our shared screen, but you cannot.
I won't say
cannot
it.
show this.
I will.
This
I
is-
will
this
just.
is-
I will just react. I'm a React streamer now.
This is in the board.
Oh, I know this card. I know about this tech. This is so cool.
Yeah.
It is a very, very cool tech.
Oh no. Hopefully you'll see it in game 3 chat because it will come in. I'll tell you that. Or in the game
I mean,
versus
this is
Flu.
game 2, right?
Yeah.
There's no way it's happening here.
I believe. you just got to believe in yourself.
Imperial Ironwall, yes, chat. He's on Ironwall. It's very, very basic.
Callie says I saw it in our match. Yeah, it literally does win the game against you, doesn't it? That's very funny.
No, that deck is that card's a little insane in that matchup. It's very, very cool. There's the Returnia. We get to banish a card. That's
we
gonna be
have-
relevant.
Yeah, this is the problem. Is what we're gonna banish the Teak-Boo. All right, I'm sure there's no other floodgates.
Surely we're not getting judgmented, right?
Think how many life points you'd have to lose. Yep.
I think it's so crazy that they have judgmented twice and are still up on life. How the fuck?
Oh man, this is agony, legitimate pain.
Just beat over the Stella here.
We should have
I
watched
guess.
the goddamn Flu match. I guess we'll get to
Yeah.
anyway. Flu in finals.
It's okay.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
I'm so happy that I'm not gonna be here to commentate Flu versus Runic.
No, dude, it's about to start.
Dude, I'm so happy that I won't be here to commentate it. I'm insanely happy.
Mm.
You are gonna have to find someone else to co-commentate the finals because I am going to have to dip ASAP.
It's one whole game away.
One game away.
It's just one game away, folks. All right, do we have evenly number 8?
Evenly number 8. It is not coming down. So here's the really unfortunate part, right? Like, we're not really talking about the game right now because what we're seeing is like really heinous and honestly kind of boring, unfortunately. But it's that I think the real thing we need to talk about is why the fuck is this allowed in the game, right?
Oh yeah,
why
for sure.
Why has Konami made what is happening right now legal? The Mr. Rune cards, you know for a fact they were going to create something like this. It's very, very obvious that this is what was going to happen when those cards were going to get printed. And it's like, they're like, yeah, we don't care that there's literally war crimes happening on your screen right now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of archetypes like this where like the best case scenario is that they are not playable. Like archetypes completely designed from the ground up that if they are ever playable, it's going to be the least fun and interesting thing that you've ever seen. And you just do. You have to take a step back and be like, well, why would you print them then? Why would you even potentially subject us to this?
That was
I don't
wrong.
know. I have no words. I literally have no words.
Well, you know, if you have some time to think of some, if you would like them, because currently we are going to set every fucking hand trap in the deck. I don't even know why Mount Fuji's going to battle phase, to be honest. You know, that was never the way we were winning this game.
I mean, I think you go to battle phase regardless, because eventually you're gonna want to, you know, go for game. Like if you're able to close the game out earlier, then you put an end to this heinous shit.
Truly awesome. Chat says to make money. How is this making money exactly? Like, what monetary gain
That was wrong.
do you think
Longer
Konami
video,
is
what do you
generating
mean?
from this? Oh no, me!
No,
me
for you,
for sure.
you get,
yeah.
you get monetary.
That's
gain
why we're
for
putting it.
longer video.
And by the way, Mount Fuji, thank you so much for your contribution to the cause.
Oh my god! All right, let's just
we're
MST the
still
back row.
in the
Why
end
not?
phase. We are still in the end phase. Ah, look at that. Fun.
There goes the imperm.
Now, is that every imperm? Mist Rune of the Raging Storm for 1. Epic.
Yeah, dude. I mean, hey, 8 cards in deck. You know what this means?
Yeah.
This means that we are almost done.
I do appreciate that this deck eventually does win the game. I do appreciate that. That's a really
yeah.
Oh,
do I see a tribute set?
Oh, you now we're just BMing. We are literally BMing.
Holy.
That's Teak Boo, by the way, causing that. They run mine too. Yeah, well, why wouldn't you? I mean, we haven't seen it this game.
Do they run mine? Yes, of course. They
Why
run the
wouldn't they?
fun cards. Why wouldn't they? You want to have fun, and this is the way to
This
have
deck
fun.
is so good. The thing that I hate the most about it is I think this deck is legitimately very playable. And it just eats
it
me
absolutely
up,
is.
burns me
I
up
think that's the
inside.
thing that I hate the most is that not only is this really fucking unfun, it's playable and
That's
it's
pretty good.
And yeah, like you can expect to take this to a YCS and reasonably expect to top.
Yeah. Even and just so you all know, chat, yeah, Callie's 100% right. If they ban mine, you could still do this.
Yeah. Look, no mine has been activated this duel. And
Oh,
look what's happening.
whoa! That's the biggest imperm ever.
We're able to play. Is there a judgment going to be activated? Judgment number 3. Is it here? Are we
It's
here?
resolving. Holy shit! Teak
No
Boo plus
shot.
Majesty's Fiend down. Oh my god! Wait, 6 cards in deck. Oh, yeah. Okay,
Nice
never mind.
deck. Nice deck.
Wait!
Evenly matched?
Oh!
Oh, winnable.
No, okay. Well,
We just have everything.
it was a close one. I think.
just
It was a
have
pretty close
everything,
one.
dude. 3 judgment,
yeah.
2 Teekaboo. What can you do? So, yo, third evenly.
Okay, we're just gonna
There's the
go for
Martha.
Martha. Just like look at her. She's like
I'm
chilling.
just gonna summon the chick with the pink hair, and
fine.
that's the game.
Go for it. All right, so we do get to make an Xyz here, maybe. Nope. that's how Teekaboo works. I guess I just assumed one of them would be like a spellcaster or something, and one would be a warrior. Nope, they're all spellcasters.
Yeah, dude, very based.
And it's like, even if we have the trap that banishes, we could banish the Majesty's Fiend, and they just flip the other Majesty's Fiend.
There's the packs. Surely
going to
this
3.
is winnable. 300 life points. You can literally not legally activate any more Exosister spell or traps for the game.
Well,
because
no,
they
what if
all
we use
require you
Sophia to
pay
gain
8.
life points?
Oh, I believe it. I definitely believe it.
What if we start playing Digimon?
Oh, I think this is where we go battle phase, and we attack with Martha.
Oh, we
I think
actually
that's
have
where-
already
that's how
used
we
our
win.
battle phase, so we can't even mark
Just go to
into the
battle
set
phase 2. It's
Majesties.
fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay, all right. Second battle? Oh!
Tribute
Is that an autonomic amplifier?
Oh my god. No, it might be a D shifter, I think.
Oh yeah, that's actually a better call. Sol. All right,
Better
anything
call
here.
Saul.
Literally anything.
Battle phase. We are punching. Let's see.
I am
Let's see who was right.
falling.
I think it's Schiffer.
Oh,
There
it
you
was
go.
better call, Sol.
And it doesn't wall it.
I thought it had 24 defense. I just assumed.
Nah, it's 22, bro. He doesn't wall.
Doesn't wall Sol, baby.
This is where chat should spam L plus ratio plus holy fuck, this game was horrendous.
Majesty's Fiend is Sol, chat.
This is atrocious. Holy. I started saying so Lightning Storm's the last card in my deck. It was
Third to
not. It was
last.
the next draw.
Get owned. All right,
Well,
have a good one.
Good game, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Very,
you
very good game.
for joining me on this. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, dude. I've been struggling to fall asleep lately, and this has very much given me exactly the negative boost that I needed in order to be able to take a solid nap.
Hey, sounds good. Well, folks, here we are. I wish we could have met under better circumstances, but this is the finals of the September 2022 Chalislime Monthly. Through 7 grueling rounds of Swiss and 4 rounds of Top Cut, we have come away with the 2 greatest decks of the format. A format dominated by Sprite and Tearlament has resulted in a finals match of Fluonderies and Runic. The Fluonderies deck being represented by the one, the only, the homosexual Chaz Princeton, and the Runic deck being piloted by none other than 2020 Chalislime Monthly Player of the Year, Mount Fuji. I gotta tell you, I'm pulling for Fuji. This list is truly a work of art. In the same way that, like, serial killers make works of art. It's truly heinous. An evil deck list through and through, and I could not be happier to see it playing against Fluonderies. I'm going to let them know that they can go for it. And I guess we will get into this, the most powerful matchup in the history of time. Many of you may be under the impression that CSM stands for Chalislime Monthly, but actually only the C stands for Chalislime. The SM stands for Snork. Me. Let's go there now. Okay. All right, so this is going to be a solo cast. Unfortunately, I've lost my right-hand man, Distant Coder. He had other things to do, and who can blame him? We didn't expect the last couple of rounds to take so long. Shifter coming down for homosexual Chaz Princeton, actually pretty good. While it doesn't do anything at all against most of the Runic Sprite decks in this format, here it's going to prevent Mount Fuji from going for a powerful turn 1 because he wants those Runic cards in the graveyard. That's how they cycle for the field spell. Okay, Homo Chaz says, spicing up the gameplay with my Texas airport story, and that's a great reminder that I need to mute opponents and spectators. All right, we're going to duality here, finding some pretty crazy stuff off the top. And what are we gonna go with? The Prosperity. So digging for something. Now, if you've watched the last match, you know that Mount Fuji's deck aims to fire off any Runic spell because they can all summon a monster to the EMZ, then immediately tribute it for a Majesty's Fiend. Majesty's Fiend lines up extremely well versus Fluonderies. While it doesn't have a very high attack stat and therefore can get donked by M-Pen, it does prevent the activation of monster effects, including, well, all of them. All right. Winds, Simorg, Field Spell, Continuous Spell, M-Pen. Wow, that's pretty good. Continuous Spell is fine, but not fantastic. The thing about the Continuous Spell is it's the deck's most effective out to Mystic Mine, which we know Mount Fuji is playing, but it's also susceptible to a significant amount of the cards in Mount Fuji's deck. Unlike other decks, Fuji is playing a ton of MSTs in the forms of the Mist Runes that destroy spell traps. This means that once the Unexplored Winds is gone, it is gone forever, because any future endeavors will include a really... Yeah, well, there it is. There's one of them right now, Mist Rune of Destruction. Any future endeavors, of course, will include the Majesty's Fiend on field that will prevent the Toucan from adding it back. We're going to go for Eaglin here. We'll activate the effect of the Eaglin. This is a weird position to be in. Eaglin 1. They'll go for, oh, geez, I don't know, Rabina 2. Rabina, kind of a problem here, but if we have negation for the Eaglin, this might be the end of the turn. And we do. There's Mist Rune of the Freezing Curse. This card allows you to negate the effects of an effect monster your opponent controls, banish the top 3 of their deck, and that's that. That's probably the end of this turn, but it's not the end of the game. That's because these runic cards not being in the graveyard makes it really hard for Mount Fuji to rebuild. So we shall see, of course. All right, Dimension Shifter offline at this point, and oh, well, that's the best it could possibly be. Runic Tip. We'll go Runic Tip. I imagine we'll grab, oh, who knows. We could grab the Effect Negation again. We could grab the Spell Trap Destruction. Regardless, we're going to draw 2. Boy, Mist Rune of Destruction. Crazy here. We'll go for Destruction. Pop the Spell Trap. That's the only out to Mystic Mine in the deck. Banishing 3, drawing 2. And from this position, a Mystic Mine wins it, a Majesty's Fiend wins it. There's a lot of outs. Just passing here says, fuck it, what are you going to do? Flu plussing off the Runic Banishes is funny. It is. It is actually extremely funny. One thing that Runic gets to do that many other decks don't is play with almost full knowledge of your opponent. Like, based on these banishes, you can probably infer what they still have in rotation. Stree, going to be activated here. We can use Stree to get the unexplored winds into the banish zone and potentially add it back with the Toucan. We can add the Toucan back right here by activating the effect of Stree and then the effect of the Toucan in sequence. Or we can go into a Lyrilisc assembled Nightingale instead in order to threaten a Zeus. That's not bad. It's a little strange. You are only getting a 2-for-1 here.
That was wrong.
But one of the 2 is the field spell, so I imagine you're pretty happy about it. All right, we're going to attempt to leave the battle phase here. If you've got some kind of interaction, I imagine you'd fire it now on the suspicion that Homochaz might just go for Zeus instead of making Downard first. But it's also possible you just let it all resolve. It's like if you want to play around Destruction, you go straight Zeus, but if you want to play around Negation, you go Downard. And the deck has both. We're just making Zeus. Says, fuck it. Will we be firing the Zeus? This is a question that remains to be seen. I'm here for Labyrinth. Where is Labyrinth? Oh. I was once like you. Naive. Oh, and the set card was Solemn Judgment. Congratulations. All right. Another one. Going to the battle phase here just to clear out any lingering battle phase ends that we have not been able to fuck around with. Standby main. Oh, there's so many good cards that set card could be. One of them is There Can Be Only One, which we did see in the last match. That is basically an automatic win. They are all winged beasts, after all. Goes in not bad either. All right, Eaglin here. We are going for Eaglin. Toucan CL2, so we will be able to use the Toucan to cycle the unexplored winds. Yeah, and it's Teekboo. Well, you know what they say, cosmic or die. It is Advent of Adventure. Okay, this is actually pretty interesting. So Advent of Adventure allows us to clear the board and actually resolve the effect of the Toucan. So we can use the Toucan here to get back either the map or the unexplored winds. Then, on a future turn, we contribute over the There Can Be Only One for a set M-Pen. There's outs. We've got outs here. And they're not fantastic. Ah. Do we have an out to this? Hold up. Okay, we do. We'll negate its effects. Banish 3. And the fact that we're not immediately firing the field spell means, yep, we have another one that we can use to get a guy in defense position. Imagine this is going to be the boy. There he is. Munin. Gains us life points. Oh, good God. What a fun deck. Oh. At end phase, we'll gain some life points, and we're just getting more and more out of this game, buddy. One of the Yu-Gi-Oh games of all time. With Teekboo on the field and Barrier Statue on our opponent's side of the field, I imagine there's not a lot that they could do that could potentially even interact with us. Gaining life points every turn after we get over that 8,000 mark, it's going to be really hard, even if they do find everything to push through, because there's really only a maximum amount of damage this deck can do. Finding a shifter and a map, God, just cold comfort here. Gonna have to take the Prosperity. But Prosperitying a 14-card deck, banishing all of the extra, means that we're just going to reveal to our opponent the outs still remaining in our deck and say, if you can beat this, you win. I wonder if they're even thinking about doing it. We're getting low enough in cards in deck that, like, a dedicated push could really be a problem. Okay, this is one way to out that there can be only one. By setting a card on our side of the field, next turn we could, like, tribute set the Apex Avion and then flip it up on the turn after, which would contest the Hugin. God. Yeah, keep going, buddy. Keep going. 13 cards in deck. Okay, this at least resolves the problem of the Teekboo. WTF did I come back to says Low-Key Fibrax. Amazing name. And now we're back over 84. Going to be really difficult to break through. Even if we do get rid of the There Can Be Only One, putting up lethal is not something that Flu is fantastic at. 6 cards in hand. I mean, you just have to expect that they're all runic spell traps or hand traps and just will ruin the day of, you know, anyone who is able to push through. What part of Top Cut is this? You are watching finals. You're watching finals. I'm so sorry to say. All right, Duality, 12 cards in deck. I mean, if you're a Fuji, you're really happy to see that. Oh, cool. Duality. Bomb. Harpy's Feather Duster. Holy shit. Wait. We have located an out. We have located an out. Okay. So we're going to go for Slumber here. The next time Moonin would be destroyed, it isn't. We're going to banish 3. I think we're just trying to get... Oh, the Ryza out of the deck. We're going to Golden Droplets, make them draw a card, and then they banish the next 4. Just trying to get all the big boys out of the deck. Shuffling 2 back. Trying to find a way to make this work. Uh-oh, we just need a way to banish 3. And we have it. That is Raging Storm. We'll banish the remainder of the Fluanderese player's deck. Okay. Kill me this turn or it's over. Okay, so how do we do this? We can't actually trigger the effect of Eklund or Rabina because those have to add in order to perform the extra normal. 2 Cannon Stree still can, and we have 2 monsters on field, which means we can go M-Pen plus Apex Avion. Is that enough? Flip Summon Rabina. Normal Toucan. We can use Winds to shuffle back birds into deck. It does not work like that. It draws the same number you shuffle. Okay. No chance since the fusion needs to be hit twice to die. Yeah, if we had a map in hand... No, we can't even use the map because we don't have any in deck. Yeah, there's just no way to get the extra normal necessary to send the fusion with Unexplored Winds. And even then, we cap out at like 6,000. Wow. And Fuji takes game 1. Oh, goodness. Oh, golly gosh. Okay. Wow. Funny thing is, Snowell is the only way it would be possible. You have located a position in which the optimal play was, in fact, Snowell. You're right, chat. Snowell would have done it. Wow. He's cracked. What can I tell you? Fuji is cracked. He is the boy. I should have taken a longer nap. Oh, yeah. I never thought Flu would be a base deck in any situation, but this is the situation. Very true, very true. I wonder how boarding is going. All right, so is our homosexual Chaz Princeton going first? They are. So we're going to begin with a Pot of Prosperity. I mean, what are you even trying to set up here, right? Like, the Flu end board is so good against a specific type of interaction, and this is just not it. I guess you can prevent the Majesty's Fiend from coming down if you go for the Barrier statue. Okay. That's 6 interesting ones, actually. But unfortunately has to take the Rabina over something like the Cosmic. Apparently we don't have the starter yet. Okay, Rabina here. Wonder if he cited an anti-spell. As a former Flu player, I can tell you, it is unlikely that they are playing anti-spell. You really need to consistently access your spells every turn. But it could happen. Who knows? Yeah, Salion, I think you're correct. Knock on wood. All right, there's Apex Avion. Correct. This is what you should be going for going first. It is now that we realize that this is one piece of interaction.
That was wrong.
Literally one piece of interaction. This time would be ideal for about 5 ads in a row. Well, if you insist. I actually don't control ads on my channel. I just shipped them off to Twitch. I said, you do it. I'm not very good at them. I like forget an entire stream and then I'm like, oh no, I forgot. Who won game one? Runic. There's the field spell. Oh man, this is... agony. Agony. Yeah, people whining about ads in chat, I gotta tell you, you're not missing out. Oh. Well, going for Dispel in the battle phase. Trying to use the battle phase here to do our plays to contest what we imagine is the trap card that permits you to normal summon. God. Fuji's just good. I just like watching really good Yu-Gi-Oh players. It's just like these little percentage point things that he just plays around. It's nice. All right, there's Fang. So Fang actually does contest Apex Avion. Taking 27. Fire the effect. Target Apex. I imagine we negate, yeah. Back to the hand it goes. Will we fire another? Yes. Slumber. It's a slumber. Lightning and a slumber. Are we going for the back row or the extra deck? I didn't check. It is Hugin. I'm going to spring here to draw 2. If we have a Majesty's Fiend in our hand, this is pretty crazy. Twin Twister. Wow, that's really good. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. However... Fool! Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I'm just so very sorry about how these interact with each other. Yeah, Hugin prevents anything from being destroyed. It's a kind of cosmic or bust. Munin prevents targeting, so it's Lightning Storm or bust. They both lose to different things. And there's the Majesty's Fiend. Imperm or bust is now the name of the game. Well, this was a very interesting one. Oh, God. You have to both be boarding into Spell Trap Destruction to cut off the fucking Spellbook of Judgment. Oh, son of a bitch. There's no way that's optimal. But actually it is. Actually, it literally is. If we don't have another one of the quick plays, it is optimal. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord Almighty. Pay the cost. We all know exactly what's about to happen. We know what's exactly about to happen. Six. Here we go. It's resolving. Prosperity, Barrier Statue, Map, Cosmic, Elbors. Well, Cosmic's not bad. But none of it outs the fucking Majesty's Fiend. Elbors it is. We're getting Elbors. Sure. Maybe they think it's like old field spell rules. Feather Duster. Show me. I wonder if you just let it resolve, actually. Yep. Well, you can only run one of that. Okay, there's Elbows. We can, like, normal Robina, then go into Apex Avion. That's, like, kind of cool, right? Yeah. That's, like... That's a play. But we have to do it next turn, because otherwise we get mind locked. Right. Yeah, that's that'll do it. Boy. Just so everyone knows, the reason we couldn't go for the Apex Avion move last turn is not only because of the mine. It's because Robina is not a wind-winged beast. It's a water-winged beast, as I have just learned. Elbows requires you to have a wind-winged beast. I thought it was any winged beast. Who knows? Needs to find unexplored winds here. Yep. I think that's the only thing that does it. But you need unexplored winds, and you need a way to perform 2 normal summons in a turn, and I can guarantee you that's going to be a really rough one. Okay. I believe in you, Fuji. I believe in you. I believe in you. It's got to be map plus unexplored. Yeah, and it's got to resolve into a fucking back row. Like, what do you think? Why are we doing this even? Oh, do you know why we're doing this? Wait, because I don't. No, shot. We have a second one.
Wrong.
I thought we were going to go get Hugin to protect the back row. It's Jerry. Jerry! This deck's ridiculous, Jerry! Hugin only protects face up. Oh, sure. Munin, then. Does Majesty still allow specials? Yeah, you could special. Good luck in your fucking Fluon Deriz deck. It's like such a weird position too, because like you could even maybe get to like a Zeus, but your guy has to stick for a turn unless you have map, and that's just not happening. All right, we don't have a battle this turn. Yeah. So we know there are cosmics in this deck. You know, that's something. Realistically, there are probably imperms somewhere. Wow, this sucks. I'm actually having a great time. I love it. Anyone else love Yu-Gi-Oh? Why did you allow Empty Jar Mill to be tiered meta? Why do you keep saying that? This isn't Empty Jar. This is hardly Empty Jar. It's just a prison deck. It's Stone Ocean, baby. And we're really sitting in this game. We're thinking, yeah. 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 did you allow this deck in here? I'm a sick, twisted individual. I'm the Joker, baby. What do you want me to say? Point. We are doing it. We're making it to the runic cards. Do we have another one of the field spell? Oh, you bet your bottom dollar we do. Ah! We hit the card that gives them an extra normal. Great. You are never going to be permitted. Okay, we're going to prevent this card from being destroyed. We'll banish like 5. Oh, we're going for it. Holy shit. We're legitimately going to go for it. Actually, what we're going to do is draw 3 cards here. And then pass turn, and then draw another 3 cards. Okay. Spellbook of Judgment online. Son of a bitch. Epic. Really, really epic. Okay, we did it. Cosmic Cyclone, now online. Says, that's okay. Let's fire some of these. Do we have some in hand? I don't know. We might not even fire them, right? All right, we'll go Slumber. Slumber a Cucumber. Prevent one of these monsters from being destroyed by battle or card effect. Banish a shitload off the top. Again, always looking for Ryza here. Did not hit it. Did not hit it. All right, this is the turn. Homosexual Chaz Princeton. It's time to show the world what you're made of. Dark Ruler. No shot we play 3 of the field spell, is there? Okay, Advent of Adventure. We're schmoovin'. Toucan. That is a Fluanderese. I have never felt bad for a Flunder player until this game. All right, cool. That was a sick turn. Wait, this actually is a sick turn. So Fuji doesn't have a battle phase here. So can't contest this set card. All we gotta do is go map, and we can make it all the way to Apex Avion. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. Come on. Come on, Chaz. Chaz it up. Chaz it up. Chaz it up. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10 quadrillion. Okay, we're going to banish M-Pen. We're going to grab Ryza. No, we're grabbing Rabina. One more billion. All right, let's do it. We have the map, ladies and gentlemen. We have the map. Extra normal off the map. One more card in deck gone. Reveal Rabina. Banish Bumbelina. Banishing the map says, fuck it, I don't need another one of these. No effect of Rabina, obviously. Tribute Summon. Fuck! Tribute Set. You still probably Tribute Set. How big is Avian's ass? Does he have the Hank Hill ass? All right, 1,400 left. As if it matters. We always knew how this game was ending. 2K. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. He needs to get on the Kanye workout plan. Nobody wants a little tight ass. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and check the runics. Draw in. King Scarlet, get on this. Is this game 2 or 3? It's game 2. Okay. Okay, we're almost there, chat. It's almost there. Main one of the final turn. Cosmic. Targeting
That was
Fluon
wrong.
Deriz and the magnificent map. Battle phase. Homo Chaz. Do it. You know you can do it. End of battle. Evenly matched. Point of the Mist Rune. Search a runic
That
card.
was wrong.
Whomst do we grab? I think pretty much any of them will work. Banishing the point. The set card. The there can be only one. Oh shit, they kept Teekboo. What the fuck? Oh, so they just have another Majesty's Fiend? Is that it? Yeah, well, Raging Storm is a pretty good one when your opponent's on 0 cards. Yeah, let's go, Jerry. Jerry, target the fucking field spell in the graveyard. Jerry! Yeah, well, you know, there it is, folks. You know, there it is. You know, at the end of the day, there it is. We found them all, every single one. Jerry, I won the Chalislime, Jerry. Oh, this was the game of all time. Time truly is a flat circle. It's impressive that we found something that has, like, even without Mystic Mine, just as annoying. For sure, just as annoying. You thought Fire Prison was the Mystic Mine field spell? Absolutely not. It's this. It's this for sure. Oh, man. What was Fuji's secret tech? Yeah, I will now reveal it to you. He was playing Sky Scourge Invisil. Oh, man. Protect my monster. Banish 3. Draw 3. Oh, man. It's Io. Yeah, we just let him play Io. Fuck it. Is he BMing right now? No, he's winning the game. The win condition is to banish your opponent out. This whole damage battle phase thing, it didn't matter. The entire reason we were doing it was in order to make our opponent have to start setting the cards in their hand. We were never winning this through battle phase. Why would we? We're always winning it through the effect of the powerful Mist Runes. Dispel. Into Hugin. Draw 3. This deck is so goddamn silly. It's just hilarious. Oh. Still no battle phase. Doesn't matter. Everything's gone. Oh. 9 cards in hand. What is that, I wonder? What could that be? We'll never know. We will simply never know. Set a couple more. Go to battle. Go to end. I can't believe we're playing this out. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, did we draw another evenly? It would have to be the third one. We did. That is the third evenly. Metaverse. Add mine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They just keep Teekboo, you know? Who cares? Is there any out in the deck for Teekboo? Cosmic. That costs too much life points. Yep. Just banish all this shit. Doesn't matter. All right. We're just being held prisoner at this point. I think our prison sentence is just about over. Yep, there we go. Destruction, summon a mist rune from the extra deck. Grab Munin. This prevents our cards from being targeted. Set 1. Set 2. I guess we got to set all the quick plays now, right? Pass it back. Gain 1,000. You know, props to Homo Chaz for sitting through this. It's doing wonders for my ad revenue. Do you think this deck would start a fist fight at a YCS? Yeah, for sure. I would agree. Is this finals? Regrettably, yes. This is going to spike Runics to what? Aren't they already expensive? I hope it does. Yeah, the less players that can afford this, the better. They should actually, every Runic card should be hundreds of dollars. I don't ever want to see this. Cool. Damn, that's crazy. Whoa. Sick. All right. I'm with you. Yeah, just get them all. Get them all. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's Freezing Curse. Negated. Top 3 banished. That's everything. Everything that could potentially win the game. Gone forever. Twin Twister, gone. Unexplored Winds, gone. Field Spell. Can't reveal anything, so who fucking cares? Pass turn. Hugin gains 1,000. Oh, man. Agony. A true agony. Actual disgust. Yep, there's the dead Cosmic. Yep. Ooh, boy. You know, credit where it's due. Mount Fuji did kind of break the format here. He did kind of go off. This is legitimately a deck that I think has good matchups versus everything in the top 3 or 4. Oh, man. And congrats to your September 2022 champion, Mount Fuji. Unbelievable. The former CSM World Champion, Player of the Year 2020, returns to clap up another one in probably the most exciting fashion we've ever seen in a single game ever.